Welcome everyone! This video will show the location of all the legendary fish as well as some tips throughout on how to catch them easily. This mission is available from chapter 3 but can only be completed after chapter 6. So here's your mandatory spoiler warning if you haven't finished chapter 6 just yet. North bank of Flat Iron Lake, northwest of Rhodes and east of Flatnet Station is where you will find a marker for the Stranger mission, A Fisher of Fish with Jeremy Gill.
Hello, chum.
Chum?
After the cutscene, you will receive a map showing the location of the 30 legendary fish to catch and to send back to him. You can also track your progress in the minimap for completed fish, as well as in the log to check which one are still left for you to catch. First up, we will need to gear up with some lures from the shop in Largemouth. From there, you should acquire the 3 special lures available for the lake, river, and swamp area. For the first legendary fish, we will go to Laquais in Bayou Noir to catch the legendary Longnose Gar. For this one, using the swamp lure is the best choice. Legendary fish are generally big and move a lot of water. Once you cast your line, you know the legendary fish is coming when you see a big wave coming to your lure. You don't need to slow down your reeling. As the closer to the bank you will hook the fish, the easier it will be to battle it and reel it back in. Once hooked, you can just follow the prompted tips to help you reel it in. When the fish is battling you, stop reeling to avoid breaking the line. Pull on your rod to then reel is a good way to bring the fish closer in a faster way. Once you get the hang of it and know what to look for, it will make the fishing legendary a piece of cake. Once the fish is caught, all you need to do is keep it. If you accidentally release it, some foreshadowing here, all you need to do is catch it again. Bigger legendaries will have to be stored on your hose, meaning you won't be able to catch them all in one go and send them all over at the same time. So you will need to make some trips to the post office. You will see the fish being marked off on your map when caught, and registered in your log when sent over.
I'll take care of this real quick.
Outside the post office, all you need to do is send it over to Jeremy Gill.
Thanks for your time.
For the second fish, we'll go not too far from Saint-Denis, on the Southern Railway Bridge, crossing over the Chamassa River. You could take a boat to the location, but fishing from the bridge is easy enough to do. Just make sure you are really close to the edge, so you don't get clipped by a train, and leave your steed out of the rails. Once again, you will see a wave coming for your bait, from the left here. The legendary lead sturgeon is a big boy and might give you more of a fight, but trying to hook him closer to the railway will make things easier. And once you got it, just walk back to your horse and send it over to Jeremy Gill. For our next catch, we will definitely need a boat. You can sometimes find one spawning at the Saint-Denis docks. Otherwise, keep an eye for a small boat on the river and reach it with your horse as John can't swim. Then our destination will be Sisika Island for the legendary Bullhead Catfish. Don't worry about being caught or chased by the authorities. as if you stay at the beginning of the channel, you will be more than fine. You will just need to cast your line with a special reveler and wait for a bit. This one being on the smaller size, you can store it in your satchel and send it to Jeremy Gill later on, saving you a trip to the post office, and while you're on your boat, you can navigate to the next legendary at Van Horn, for example. Going to Van Horn Lighthouse is the spot to get the legendary Muskie. If you're not on a boat, you can still catch it from the bank using the special reveler. Carefully reach a point where you have access to the open water and start fishing. Once again, you can see the fish come in with the wave quickly going to your bait. You can send this one over quite easily from the Van Horn post office or from Annesburg on the way to the next legendary fish.
What needs to go where?
North of Annesburg, near Willard's Rest, is where we will find the legendary Steelhead trout. On a small island on the northwest side of the river area is a good spot to start fishing. Equipped with a special reveler, you should be able to hook it quite easily. As usual, no need to cast your line really far away, especially in bad weather when you can't see the fish coming really well. On Trout, it will only need to be sent over to Jeremy Gill once again, the Annesburg post office being a good choice on the way to the next fishing spot. The next spot is southwest of Annesburg at Elysian Pool. If you can't find a boat, you can reach the small rock with your horse, which is a good spot to fish from experience. Using the special lettler, just reel it back. Once again, you will see the fish come in, taking the form of a wave going to your bait. The legendary Perch won't give too much of a big fight and can be stored in your satchel, so you won't need to go to the post office straight away. Next up, we're going west of Rhodes and south of Clements Point. Using a special lettler, this spot is where you can catch the legendary Bluegill. Just reel your lure until you see the wave coming directly for it. No need to slow down, as the fish will catch up easily and bite on it. Once you got it, this one is small enough to be stored in your satchel, so no direct trip to the post office is needed. The next one to catch is at Lake Isabella, north in the Ambarinos. You can ride from Valentine or fast travel if you can from Coulter and then ride down to the lake. To catch the legendary Sockeye salmon, a lettler will be required. Just cast and reel your lure, no need to cast too far, and be ready to hook it when you see the wave coming at your lure. The closer to you will hook the fish, the easier it will be to reel it back to the bank. You can then stow it on your horse before reaching the nearest post office to send it to Jeremy Gill from Valentine or Wallace Station. Just a bit north of Flatnet Station, near the Lampani village, on the banks of the Dakota River, is the fishing spot for the legendary chain pickerel. Using the special river lure, this one isn't too hard to catch either, and is small enough to be stored in your satchel. Next up, we go in west of Strawberry to Owangila Lake, next to the dam. Casting the special lead lure, you should be able to hook the legendary smallmouth bass. Note that other big fish may take the bait, but after a couple of tries, you should hook the legendary. And if like me you release all the big fish, you may be too quick on the button pushing and release the legendary too. But no worries, you can catch it again quite easily to make sure we send it to Jeremy Gill. Next up, we're going to Aurora Basin, northwest of Manzanita Post. It's Tinner Brothers territory, so you may need to clear the place to be able to fish in peace. From the end of the dock and using the special lead lure, you should be able to catch the legendary rod bass quite easily too. And being on the small size, you can store it in your satchel. The next fishing spot is at Stillwater Cabin between Matt Fallon's Ranch and Thieves Landing. Using the special lead lure, you can hook the legendary Redfin Pickerel quite easily, and it won't give you too much of a big fight either. And you can store this one in your satchel too, so no need to go to the post office straight away. The last legendary fish is south of Armadillo and southeast of Lake Don Julio in New Austin, on the banks of the San Luis River. Casting the special river lure, you should be able to attract and hold the legendary largemouth bass. Once again, you will be able to spot it coming at your lure from the right hand side there. Being a big one, you won't have a choice to go and send it over to Jeremy Gill. The rewards for the legendary fish are subpar a bit. For sending 1 fish, you will get a lead lure. For mailing 10 fish, you will get 45 boats and 5 succulent fish meat. After 1 Indian day of sending the 30th and last fish, you should receive an invitation to meet Jeremy Gill once again. Going back to where it all started, at Gill Landing, northwest of Rose and southeast of Flatnet Station, You can trigger the cutscene for the second part of the encounter. Without spoiling anything, it's a pretty long ending comparatively to other side missions, so make sure you have a bit of time on your hand. At the end of it all, you will acquire the special spinner and a fashionable fisherman hat. I hope that video has been useful, and until next time, see ya!